Before we get into today's vlog, I have an announcement! The shop update is going to be this coming Sunday, May 24th at 12 o'clock noon Mountain Daylight Time. I repeat, Sunday the 24th at 12 o'clock p.m. Hey guys, welcome to a new vlog. I got my hair freshly dyed. Ooh! I love this Joy-Con magenta so much. It's my favorite magenta, but it's the messy one that dyes my entire body and the entire shower and just gets everywhere. But maybe I should use it going forward. I used it again this time because when I bought the first tube of it, I bought two just in case I needed the second tube. But one was enough, although strangely on this second dye job, one was not enough. I was like barely getting any on my ends, but it worked out. It looks pretty good. But it's just my favorite of all the magentas I've tried, and it leaves my hair feeling nice, and there's no developer or anything to mix in it, and the color is the best of all the magentas. Like, I could just sacrifice the basement shower. It's the one that just gets pink. I mean, I still have to clean. I'd still have to clean it, not just let it be stained pink forever and ever, but it also stains things like shower curtain liner, you know? But again, if that's like the designated shower, that's the designated pink shower curtain liner. Woo! But that's also why I'm wearing black today, because I don't want it to rub off my neck onto my clothes. Now, it's currently Thursday, the 14th. I have my vlog going up today with the crying thumbnail. I was like, am I really doing a crying thumbnail? Yes, I am. So the crying clips were just filmed yesterday, so I don't really have any update for you about the coloring book shipment. Maybe later in the vlog we'll have some updates, but you know, the shipper's looking into it with UPS. I feel like they're gone. I feel like the reprint is just what's gonna have to happen because they were marked as disposed of 2 weeks ago. So if there's any hope of recovering them, I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm hoping they at least go to auction or something where the coloring books are not literally in a landfill. Hopefully someone somewhere gets use out of them. And the way we would know is if we ever find any in circulation that are not signed. That would mean it's from that shipment. Now, plans for today. I want to print some more DTF transfers. I got to pack orders because it's mail pickup day and just get rolling on more shop prep stuff. I have more product quality checking to do. I have a few more prints to get through. I was working on that yesterday. And then there's a ton of enamel pins. So maybe start on the pins. And then there's a ton of back-end stuff to do for the shop prep, like making the listings, product spreadsheets, SKUs, printing off barcodes, product photography, whatever. There's all that stuff too. But in terms of product stuff, we're getting pretty caught up on the things that I have. Once the sticky notes come in, I can check those, but also build the bundles. So yeah, I'm going to start with the prints. I was going through some yesterday. The Little Creep reprint, not very good. Still mostly B grades. I ended up ordering some from Jukebox. I'm trying on this other paper and hopefully it looks good. I was debating just going glossy because glossy's nice for dark prints, but I'm trying another matte option. So ordered 100 of these and we'll see what they look like. But also there was the sticker bonus on that order, so I got more of the orange froggy stickers. So people who wanted me to have more orange frog die cuts in stock, I'm now doubling the amount. Okay, we have another 50 coming. So orange frog lovers, rejoice. The orange frog is on the sticker sheet at least, so there's that too. Okay, let's get through the rest of these prints. I have some Beautiful Nightmare that I'm like halfway through, and once we're through that, it'll be quick going because the rest are all soft touch prints, and those ones have barely any flaws, and I can just fly through those. Okay, these are the A grades for Beautiful Nightmare. I managed to scrounge up a few A grades from the original print run, but most of these came from the new print run. So let's count them up. $45. So next is Forest Cuddles and this huge stack of Froggy Chaos and Gazebo Cats. With ultra matte prints like this, you don't really see scuffs as much, which is nice. Plus these are lighter color prints, so again, not as likely to see a scuff or something. So really we're just looking for like black dots or like a white dot where it's missing ink somewhere in the middle. If there was a white dot along the edge, I guess you wouldn't know because the art has white dots all over. And because these will be faster to go through, I might just count as I go. These also are not covered in white crummies like the dark prints are. Like I have to sweep off to see what's like a crummy, what's actually embedded into the print. Then we don't have that issue with these ones. You know, that's 25. I kind of like to do bundle of 25 and set them aside in case I lose count. I only found 4 B grades. This one's got a bent corner. And then these ones just have minor little dots. Like look at that little speck. That's enough for me to say B grade because it caught my eye immediately because it's a dark dot on a light area of the illustration. Some of those might, like I might not notice some flaws like that, and some might squeak through as A grades. Now it makes sense for me to get some DTF transfers printing while I'm quality checking the art prints, but before I do that I'm going to film some more stuff because it's going to be loud once the printer's running. I want to unbox some little storage units I got and build them. I got them to hold DTF transfers. And I got 2 different sizes. One is supposed to be long enough that it'll fit the sleeve designs. So fingers crossed it actually is big enough. And then the other one's just the smaller one for smaller transfers. Although the big one could also just be good for like 2 medium-sized transfers side by side on the shelf. Also, I need to give Christian the tutorial on how to place the transfers and everything and like how to lay this on the heat press because he's going to officially start on the zips today because we're pre-making them. They're not made to order. We only have 77 blanks for this right now, but it's very highly stocked on the supplier's website, so I can order more and print more transfers if more people order it because I'm just going to have it like open stock. I'm not going to only have 77 in stock on the website. It'll be like 100 of each variant, and I can just order more blanks and quickly make more if needed. But yeah, we have this. This was in the DTF printer video. If you saw it, I made this. So there's this on both sleeves, and then there is the bow frog on the chest. I feel really lightheaded right now. Okay. Ooh. Why? Maybe I should eat something soon. Also, we do have more coloring books. We have those B grades. I should probably list those during this shop update so that we have more coloring book stock since we're dangerously low. So it's a dense foam material, which I figured was sufficient to hold DTF transfers. So this one has a lot of little shelves, which is why I was drawn to it, because some only have like 3 or 4 compartments per. Oh, it wants you to put these plates in before you screw everything together. Okay. Stop showing off the goods to the camera. The only thing about this is it doesn't have the pull-out shelves. Like there are some really popular storage units that Michaels used to sell, and people would use it for DTF transfers because it was designed for each little shelf to pull forward, so it's easier to grab stuff. This does not have that. Okay, I think I will eat. Then I'm gonna build the second one. Cheese whiz toast. Cheese whiz toast. I had some orange juice as well. I forgot we still had some of that. It was hiding behind a giant container of salsa. I think sometimes my coffee just hits me bad. Like usually I don't feel my coffee, like the effects of the caffeine much. It just helps me not feel tired. But I think sometimes it just affects me. When I put the screws in the other one, I'm looking down at the hardware on the table. Oh, okay, hold on. I mean, it almost doesn't need it. Now it's done. Yoo-hoo! No! No! Okay, maybe don't flip it. Just put the top piece on from this angle. When one piece pops in, another pops out. Stop! Ooh, okay. That one was a little trickier. I want to see if this fits. I think it's going to be too tight with the excess plastic at the top. See, this really doesn't fit at all. Even if we trimmed off the excess plastic. I thought these are 14-inch designed. It's closer to 15. Hey, plus, yeah, the excess border plastic. Huh. They're really not that different in size, are they? This one's less deep, but is wider, but not by that much. So maybe not good for sleeves, but I like the size in terms of having two transfers next to each other, like froggy palettes. You could fit two side by side. Fits a little better with the excess cut. Whee! But there you have it, some DTF storage. And if you wanted pull-out drawers, you could kind of fake it with like cardboard, chipboard, cardstock, where you put that at the bottom. And because these shelves are notched, it could even stick out to be easy to grab. Then if you have your transfers on there, like you could still do the pull-out thing if that's a feature you want. So a bit of a fail in the sleeve department, but still happy with that. I like the size and it'll be very handy for holding various DTF transfers. So here's Christian's current setup with the transfers, just in this thing, which I want to reclaim. That's mine! And all it has in it right now is Froggy palette. So he can put one of the new ones there. I don't know where he's going to want the second one. Could go on here. As long as it's pulled forward enough to not block the light switch. Like that, perhaps. Ta-da! And he can rearrange it if he wants. Okay, Christian got his zip DTF tutorial for the sleeves anyway. I have to print off the chest pieces still. So let's do that first. The doorbell rang there. It was replacement stickers. So this is the file I prepared. It might be a little excessive, because now that I'm printing my own, I don't need to cram as much as possible into a small space, because I'm not paying by the square foot. I'm paying basically by how much ink I use. Yes, the film costs money, but that's minor compared to everything else. So do I really need these nested like this? Maybe not. Maybe I could space them out so they're easier to cut into squares. But I've already prepped it this way, so let's do this. Might be a little noisy in here, but let's open the stickers. This should be Froggy palette. The replacements, since the originals were misprinted. I can already tell they look better. Like the purple and blue look better on this one. Yay, it has the semi-transparent white on the back, compared to the old ones, which had no white on the back. So they're fully transparent. So old, new. You can see the difference there. So these can be quality checked today too, and then I'll be fully done with the stickers. That's great. Just printed one sheet as the test. On to packing some orders. Mariah is getting a few prints. The Meeting, Mountain Cat, and gazebo cats. There you are. And her order note requests a boop on the snoot for the BBs. Come here, Kiki. Boop. Haha, gotcha. And I think Midna's upstairs. Please bless the package, Kiki. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Leah is getting some prints as well. Little duckies. Shoes and flowers. Hi. And lack. I'm lacking lack. And a couple sweatshirts, Strobe and Luna. Yoseliza's getting a coloring book. Whee! I haven't been able to use one of these boxes in a while. Miss Ma'am, you're not going on my shoulder. Are you scratching again? Were you get in a fight with your sister? Now an order for Christina. It just came in about an hour ago, so Christian's pressing the shirt right now. In the meantime, I can grab the rest of the stuff. Lunamoth sticker sheet, Mushroom Wonderland print. Hard to do that one-handed. Gazebo cats. Hang. Candlelight duckies. Both royal kitties. Oh, and shady shamrocks. Shockingly, these ones are done already because I only need 4 sheets. The 4th one's just in the oven right now. So I've begun printing more sleeves. Oh, it's looking summery out there. And look at the ripples across the water. It's windy out there. But that's so pretty. And it's feeling like summer. Huh, I'm sweaty. And we have the shirt. Gallery Cats on brown. Alright, not too many B grades this time. Some are just like a little bit of bent corners. Some of them had printing flaws. Here's a fun series of events. The white blob in the middle, and then a little smaller, 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 and smaller. And then these are all the A grades, so that's great. Because last time a bunch were B grades because they were miscropped, and you could see like a strip of the bottom of the design on the top of the design. But tons of A grades this time. Whoa. Each stack here is 100 prints, except this one. This has 99, so I have 499 A grades. Plus the ones from the previous order. So there's over 500, but I just thought it was so funny how we were one short of a full stack. Ah! Gazebo Cats only had a few B grades, so that's good. So I can add all these to the website, except Froggy Chaos, which has not been released yet. And now for these. Got through them all. Only a few B grades. Now on to pins. Who should we start with? Some of these bags are missing because they're upstairs. Maybe let's start with Bunkin because, look, it's asking to be quality checked. It's spilling out. Kiki, you've been all up in my business all day. I just want some good old quality checking without having to manage all your fur. Excuse me. Printer is off for the day because the humidity's dropping. The oven is hot and eats up the humidity. So we're on pause for now. I mean, I'm almost done printing sheets anyway. I need to print like 5 to 7 more sheets or something. So almost there. I gave you lots of pets and I even let you on my shoulder. What more do you want? Okay, so far the quality checking is going quickly because the Bunkins are really well done. It goes by so much faster when I don't have to fuss with them. I know the Halloween cats, there's something up with the plating I noticed in the few that I went through. So those might take a little longer. I'm hoping most of the pins are like these, where they're so nicely done that I'm just ripping through them. And the focus for now will just be quality checking. I'm not going to pin them on their cards yet. It's more important to just get that inventory number. Also, Christian can do some pinning once he's caught up on DTF stuff. Oh, yes, these are great. Yes. Yes. So this first bag of Bunkin, we have 93 A grades to 7 B grades. Woohoo! I know I could tear through these right now, but I just want to check another bag. I gotta hit up a cat one because the bag I brought upstairs was not so good. But I didn't have good lighting up there, so I gave up on quality checking them. So I want to go through a bag down here in good lighting. Now for these, I think I will have to be less picky about them, or I might not end up with any A grades. And minor imperfections can still be an A grade, depending how immediately noticeable it is, you know. Sometimes I have to let things through, otherwise they'll all be B grades. But a lot of them have this imperfect plating, like in the middle near the objects. I don't know if you can see that. You can see it more at specific light angles. The plating thing might be more noticeable on this pin. You see around the flower stems and stuff. This one's a little more severe, so I think that one's a B grade. Some of them just have that to like a minor degree, and I'm still calling them A grade. So there were 34 A grades, 15 B. That's one short of 50, so I don't know where the other pin went, but that's not a good ratio normally, because that would be 30 out of 100. That would be a ton. Usually the B grades from this place are like 10%, sometimes more closer to 15. So this is a 30%, but okay. But based on my initial look at the pins, I was expecting worse than this. So I'm happy with that. Oh baby. It's now Monday, and I just did the last coat of this stuff on the table, the polyurethane, because I had tweaked the color a little bit. I did a gray wash on it, and then I did go back and add a lighter, slightly yellowish wash to some areas. So this is what it's looking like. Ooh. And yeah, 3 coats of polyurethane, so that should be good. It's what it recommended on the back of the can. And then new chairs, wee. I'm so excited to get everything into place, just waiting for the poly to dry. And I'll probably move the old table out, you know, into this big area. I listed it on Facebook Marketplace yesterday. We have some potential takers. So my weekend was spent working on the table, but I also quality checked some enamel pins and did some editing. It was a very productive weekend. Technically today's still the weekend because it's a long weekend. It's a holiday today for Victoria Day. But I'm still doing my usual stuff. I I just use my acrylic paints for the paint washes. I don't know if that's a problem or not. Time will tell. Just get some of this stuff put away. Oh, and this is the same can of polyurethane that I used on my packing station, so I didn't have to go out and buy new stuff. Woohoo! I was worried it would be all dried up or that there wouldn't be much left, but it was full up to like here, and it's still about half full, so we got lots. I made up new frozen veggie mixes over the weekend, so I'm gonna microwave this. The prep was so fast this time because I used exclusively frozen veggies. I just had to cook potato and rice. And I just boiled the potato instead of doing trays in the oven. It was easier. Now, do I want any sauces on my veggies? I don't always do a sauce. The honey garlic's nice. Hoisin, yeah. I might try this because I haven't had it on the veggies yet. Bit of butter, salt and pepper. I should have held off on the eggs for another minute because I was struggling to get all the sauces in while the eggs were finishing. Oh, it's still runny. This one may be a little more cooked, yeah. But still some runny yolk. Woohoo! I forgot to do my cryptic on Friday, so I've lost my streak. No! I almost never take hints, but I was like, you know what? I'm so stuck. Like, I gotta look. I didn't even select what hint I want. It just says show definition 1, show definition 2. So it's a double definition. I don't even have to click the hint. Looking at the hints is the hint. So something that means becoming aware, but also something that means what toothpaste on a cake is. Gross, criminal, a prank. There's a question mark, so you know it's being a little cheeky. I'm trying to think of words for becoming aware. There's realizing, which sounds a bit like icing. Realizing. Toothpaste is not real icing, though. Oh, but real icing question mark? Wait, that's too many letters. I might have it. I'm about to punch it in. I feel like it has to end in icing, but we need like a 3-letter word. Con doesn't really work. But what about not icing? Noticing. Yay! Now, I need to get my butt in gear because it's go time! I've committed to a shop update date, as you saw at the start of the vlog. And that is because some stuff came in over the weekend. So the sticky notes, which is the main thing I was waiting on, they're here. There are those boxes on the floor there. I didn't even know they had shipped because I didn't get like a tracking thing. They just showed up and I was like, oh, yes! That's a good surprise. So they came on Saturday. And then something else came on Friday. What? I thought we weren't going to have these in time, but some of them are here. I received 1 box out of 12. So I don't know when the rest are coming, but they can't be too far behind. And this is also exciting because I could at least get product photos up. Because the idea was that this would not be in stock, but I'd have it listed as a pre-order, and then those orders would just ship a couple weeks after everybody else's. But I didn't know what I was going to do for a photo for that. And now I can at least have the photo, and maybe we'll even have all the journals by the time the shop update happens. And so today's Monday. I want the shop update on Sunday. Not much time. It's really not enough, but we have family coming to stay with us, and I'd like the shop update to happen before that. Plus, just, it's been pushed back for so long, I don't want to push it back any further. And we have the B collection later in the year, so. Anyway, this is our first hardcover journal. And it's B5 size, so let me compare to A5. A5 is a common size for little journals like this. This is bigger, so it's more of a notebook, like a bigger notebook size, I guess. Okay. So we have elastic and pen elastic. The froggy design extends across front and back. And then there is an end paper with a pattern and then a little spot to write any kind of notes. Like if you like to date your journals, this journal belongs to so-and-so, whatever you want to do. And then the pages are lined. There's only a lined option because this was sort of a test. First time ordering these. Dot grid is a potential option for the future. We'll see. Because I'm discontinuing the dot grid option for the sketchbooks because I'm always left with a bunch of dot grid at the end. And it's just such a high order minimum for those because it's 500 per variant. So if you do 500 white, 500 cream, 500 dot, that's 1,500 of one sketchbook cover. That's just so much. So dot grid is going away, but it might return in this form at some point. Oh, what did you do? Let me open the catio for you. I hear Midna running down. You want to go in the catio? Now, I do have a couple nitpicky things about the book. The main thing is that the color on the cover is skewed slightly yellow. I don't know how it's going to look on camera, but it feels just like color balance slider went a little towards yellow on this compared to like the print, which is more of a cool tone. So I'm a little sad about that, but still looks pretty good, especially not when it's right next to the print. And then like the end papers, the color is a little dull, a little desaturated, but gives it a cute pastel vibe. Then the pen holder, I'm not sure if it's sewn exactly the same size on every single book, but it's a bit big, so a skinny pen would kind of fall through. This one, it's saved by the hook, but it's pretty loose in there. But if it's a thicker pen like this, then it fits quite well. But if you wanted to put just a regular wooden pencil in there, it would slide right out. So, I don't know. I feel like it could have been a little more snug to accommodate both pen types, but this is kind of nice because the pens I have coming in should be about this size. They're not going to come in for the shop update, sadly, because there were a bunch of delays on sourcing pens, but they're on their way. Just plain pens that I'm going to have to put designs on. That's a whole other thing. But those ideally would fit nicely in here. But those will have to be released at another time. I went with blue elastic for this. I kind of wanted pink, but I was scared of the pinks clashing because this pink is just ever so slightly peachy, especially because it has yellow highlights in it. And I was just scared that it would end up being a shade of pink that would clash because, you know, you can have purpley pinks, you can have peachy pinks. So I just played it safe and went blue elastic, which matches perfectly. And then for the ribbon, I went yellow. So, that's exciting. A new thing I haven't done before. I was going to check the tracking on this to see where the rest of the boxes are at. Okay, some boxes in the shipment have an expected delivery date of tomorrow. Other ones just say come back later for an estimated shipping date. So, might have more tomorrow. Now, I also have an update on the coloring books, sort of. I heard back from the manufacturer. They are opening an investigation with UPS, but the investigation will take 3 to 4 weeks. And then if they can't recover the shipment, then they will reprint and send them to me at no extra cost to me. So that is a huge relief. I'll get them one way or another. It will just take time. I will be shocked if they're able to recover their original shipment, but at least I'll get the reprint. It's just that we'll have to wait like a month for the investigation and then like a month and a half to 2 months to get the reprint. So it'll probably be about 3 months till we have more coloring books in. Doo-doo-loo. I can see this is the Gothic Froggies. So Gothic Froggies is only on sticky note and washi. Those are the only Gothic Froggy items. Because I couldn't make this a triple design collection. Oh my god, that looks good. Okay. That glue smell. These boxes smelled a little funky to me while I was hauling them in. Almost slightly moldy or mildewy, but they look fine. But maybe I was just smelling some of the glue through the box. Because that's quite the chemical smell when you have them in bulk like this. As long as the sticky notes aren't moldy, then it's okay. It was definitely the glue smell I was smelling. I feel like these are extra stinky. Usually they do make the room smell like adhesive a little bit, but oof, ooh, 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 I gagged a little on that one. Okay, let's not sniff them up close. So these are official Post-it brand sticky notes. Wow! And this time I put the Bailey J name on the sticky note so that I don't have to stamp the back of all of them. I'm not always going to do that, but for these ones I did. On this one, it's almost a little too noticeable. Bailey J! I was going to make it subtle kind of, you know, low opacity blending into the background, but I felt like we needed one more pink thing to balance out the pinks, so I made the name pink. Hope you don't mind, but I won't usually do such a noticeable name on them. So it features the bat frog, but then this purple frog with a knife. Whoa. It's got a dagger. Ah! Little poison bottle, a potion bottle, drippy paint. Is it paint? Is it blood? Nobody knows. And we have little spider webs in the corners. This is so cute. Remember when I was first talking about the Froggy collection earlier in the year and I was like, oh, I picture like a pink and purple sort of thing, like Halloween-y. I guess I kind of did that. I did it for a couple products. All right, let's push that aside and grab another design. Yes. Bow frog. I feel like I keep saying we. I've been cutting it out of a lot of my clips, and I've been leaving a lot of them in. But every time I show something, I'm like, wee! This one's got bold graphics. Look at that. The ribbon going around the edges with some paint blobs in there. Cute. And this might be my first sticky note I've done with a white background. Oh. And on this one, the Bailey J logo is more subtle, smaller. Yeah. And design number 3. Froggy chaos. I can't open too many of these at once. The fumes are going to be the death of me. This whole room is going to stink for like a week. So yes, Froggy chaos. It matches the notepads with the darker border, fading into the lighter writing area in the middle. And the Bailey J logo is on the marker. I had to do some revisions on these because when the proofs came back, they warned me the Bailey J logo is getting cut off on some of them. And I could see in the proof that was the case. So I changed the artwork. I moved everything inward toward the middle on all the designs. Submitted again, and they were like, the logo is still getting cut off. And I was like, no, it's not. And like, there was a bit of back and forth there where I was like, I think it's fine. Just send it to print. And yeah, they are fine. I did have to do those initial adjustments though, because I was already in a rush because, you know, I was going to try an ordering from a new place because they had a bit of a better price. But then communication was taking so long after 2 weeks. I was like, sorry, I'm not moving forward with the order. Went to my usual guy, and then that's when we were having like the back and forth about the design. And in my head, I'm just like, I don't have time. Just send it off. So these sticky notes had me stressed. But look, they're here. Yay. Look how cute. I have gagged multiple times already. I'm very sensitive to bad smells. It will make me gag really, really bad. Like if I walk past the garbage and get a whiff of it, something like that, I will gag. And this is doing that to me real bad. Once the rest of the boxes are open, it's game over for me. Please excuse the beeping. Christian's hard at work making your froggy zips. And we gotta leave the door open, otherwise he's gonna roast in there because it gets so hot with the heat press on. Now, you guys. Did anyone else watch the Outlander finale? Don't worry, I'm not going to say any spoilers. And please don't post spoilers in the comment section either. I just wanted to say that I've never had a show finale wreck me that hard. Oh my god. I was sobbing. Like, I was crying so hard. The first half was kind of dull, but then, you know, it got real emotional. Holy crap. I was crying so hard, and then I spent like 10 minutes after reading stuff on Reddit, like, let's see what people are saying about the episode. Then I went to hop in the shower, because it was the morning, it was stream day, had to get ready for the stream. But I just broke down crying in the shower. I was, again, just like sobbing uncontrollably, just, oh my god, I don't know why it affected me so much. I've never had that big of a reaction to a finale before. Holy crap. And like, I'm kind of just a casual Outlander fan, I'd say. Like, I don't know that much other than the show. I was reading the books at one point, but I didn't have much time for reading, so I ended up donating the books, but I was listening to the audiobooks. But the audiobook narration's so dull that I was like, ugh. I kind of gave up on it, but now I need to get back to it. And they do have a new audiobook narrator now, so maybe I could listen to those. Although the full set's not out yet under the new narration. And I don't know where I should go back. Like, I was on book 5 for the audiobook, so I would need like I could start up where I left off, but I feel kind of lost. But starting all the way at the beginning would be such a big job because it's a long series. But there's another book coming out, and so I want to read that, but I don't want to be out of the loop, you know, in terms of like show versus book differences. So I need to read them. I just don't know if I should start back at the beginning or not. But it will have to be audiobook because otherwise I'm just not going to get through it. And I'm still working away on Wheel of Time from a book that I'm physically reading at nighttime. That's still Wheel of Time. Slow progress because I read it before bed, so I fall asleep kind of quickly. But I'm on book 4 of Wheel of Time, and I'm getting close to the end of it. And I'm still listening to Mistborn audiobook. That one I kind of been neglecting lately. I'm through the first book, and then I'm on book 2, maybe like a third of the way through. I really have no clue. I don't know how long it is. So there's also that. I gotta get caught up on my stuff. I just need to make more of a habit of listening to audiobooks while I work, because my go-to is having YouTube videos on in the background, but I'm always complaining that I'm running out of YouTube videos to watch because people aren't uploading as much as they used to, or they've disappeared off of YouTube. So I'm like, I need something to watch. Well, maybe you should listen to your audiobooks, Bailey. Get through that long list of stuff you're trying to get through. I haven't really been quality checking yet. I'm just kind of unpacking, but I've spotted a few things that I'm setting aside. Some of them got a little bent at the bottom. Putting a pin in the sticky notes for a bit, I remembered I want to take a photo, like a group photo of a bunch of product that I can use to announce the shop launch date, both via email and on social media. Because I haven't done product photography yet. I'm planning for tomorrow to be my big photography day, but I just want that one photo that's got a bunch of different stuff in it for the sake of promotion today, because I want to announce the date ASAP since the shop update's happening in less than a week. Holy crap, seeing it all laid out like this. I think this is everything other than the zips. I just can't fit the zip sleeve in here. I thought maybe I could tuck it along the side, but it's not gonna fit in this photo. That is just so colorful and cute. Oh my gosh. Maybe I need to stop doing double collections. I do it for variety, but you know how it is. Easier said than done. This is actually a great way to do a product showcase because I don't think I'm gonna really have time to make one in this vlog, like listing out all the prices of everything. I haven't even figured out the prices of everything yet, but this is a good look at everything that's new anyway. I'm doing some restocks. Yeah, I probably should give you a proper showcase, even if it's a quick look like this at the very end of the vlog, but with everything in it, because there are some stickers that were restocked, some enamel pins that are not pictured here, some prints, but I guess those are mostly up on the shop already. What else? That actually might be it. Okay, I just quickly whipped this up. It's just a picture with a little bit of text and a countdown timer. Wow! So if you're confused on time zones, you can always check that email. This should update regularly every time you open the email. So, yeah. And I've now posted the info to YouTube, Instagram, and Blue Sky. So, covered my bases. Those are my main socials. So, I guess back to the smelly sticky notes. It's just so earthy, yet chemically. Getting a little chilly with the window open. I want to wear this, but I'm trying to keep it pristine for product photos, so no wearing it quite yet. So cute, so cute. We have a taker on the table, and I asked if they wanted it disassembled for when they get here, and they said yes. So, goodbye table, goodbye memories. Oh, it got nasty real fast. I gotta close those windows. Alright, I got through all of these, and I ended up with 6 B grades just for like bent bits mostly. Wait, what was this one? Oh, this one's got that. Stuff like that. So, not bad at all. They're not covered in boogers, which is nice. And I did count this stack because I couldn't remember if they give you exactly the quantity you ordered. Yes, they do. So instead of counting them all, I'm just going to count how many B grades I have and then subtract it from 500. Sticky notes? More like stinky notes, am I right? And it's sunny again. Yay! The dining room table's officially gone. I thought this thing would be listed for a long time since it's like a high value item. I listed it for $500 and I was like, I'll take down to $400 if someone offers that. And that's what this person took it for. They were like, I can be there in an hour and 15 minutes. I was like, done. And there are a couple other people interested as well, but one couldn't come till next week. And then someone else just stopped responding, but seemed really interested. So I'm glad it's gone. And then there was another person who asked for if I would be willing to sell just the chairs. And I said, no, I want to sell it as a set. And they said, good luck with that. Who's laughing now? So the table's officially in place. We have it without the leaf right now. I was unsure if it should have the leaf in it all the time and then we take it out as needed or vice versa. And honestly, I think leaving it like this is the best. We rarely have more than 2 guests over at a time, and it's perfect for playing cards, which is what we mostly use the table for anyway. And I have my old table runner on here. It's way too long. So what I could do is just like sew wherever I want it, remove the excess, and then the seam is in the middle of the runner. I just don't want to commit to that yet until we commit to having the table circular, although we're both in favor of this. And then if we ever have the leaf in, it's probably because there's people over, and in that case, the runner's not going to be on there anyway. We're going to rip it off. So we'll configure the runner for short orientation. But I just love the brighter look. The round fits the space better, and there's more room to get around the chairs too. And this wood color almost perfectly matches this. Whoa. Whoa, dude. Yes! I also feel like the centerpiece either needs to be swapped out for something else, like the wood in particular, or just give it a slight gray wash so that it matches the rest of it. It's a bit orange right now. That's like what the color of the table was before I modified it. And the leaf is in this front closet. Fits perfectly in there. Although I had to remove this. This was the plastic cover for the old table. I should have offered that up, see if they wanted this for free with the table. Because now what am I going to do with it? And then there's the tablecloth that I specifically tailored to fit the old table. Like the corners would wrap tightly so that the cloth would not slide around. But I figured I'm going to hang on to this. I can either turn it into a new cloth or like just use it as scrap linen for fabrics. Maybe I want to upholster something. I don't know. 2020s. I'm assembling an enamel pin box for Christian so he can put the pins on our backing cards and sleeve them up. And I went to grab more of these sleeves. There were only 2 boxes of this left in the closet. When I bought this, I had to buy bulk, and it was 20 boxes. That was from the packaging company. They only had a bulk option, and now they don't sell glassine at all anymore, which makes me so sad. Because the only place I can find the big glassine is Uline. Anyway, I thought I would never get through this stash, and here we are. Okay, we have the pins themselves. These ended up being like 40% B grades. But that's okay. I know you guys love the B grade pins anyway. There'll be lots. These are the A grade specifically. Then we have the glassine sleeves, backing cards, some spare clutches, just because sometimes they have like just other colors in them. Like sometimes there's big black blobs in it. You can just swap out for a nice looking one, and we can put the blobby ones on the B grades. Tape dispenser I think is already upstairs from the last time he did some stuff for me, but I got some spare tape, the clutch remover, and then the cardboard that he pins the pins to. Actually, let me get him a fresh piece. There we go. Whee! And then containers to put the pins in. Only 5 B grades on the Gothic Froggies, and it's the same bent corner thing. Everything else about them is great. They look fantastic. And now the stinky notes are loaded up on the trolley so that I can wheel them out of here. I was Googling it, and they apparently just need to air out or something. We'll see if that's true. So hopefully within a couple days they are no longer stinky. And it's now Tuesday. It's 2 p.m. I did some editing. I was packing orders. I had 20 orders. Thank you guys. At least half of those had coloring books. So I think people were wanting to order them just to make sure they got them before the shop update, because I'm probably going to run out during the shop update. So just finished packing all those up, and also had some DTF transfers printing in the background while I was working on stuff. And now here we are. I got my second coffee. I was going to do an iced coffee, and then I remembered the milk went bad. So I'm just drinking it hot. Now, I don't think we're going to get a product showcase in this vlog, but what I showed in the photography tent, that's all the new Froggy stuff, plus the zip. I showed the zip already in the vlog. And then pin restocks and sticker restocks. But for all the new stuff, it's been shown there. Let's see. Edit vlog, check. Pack orders, check. Shop announcement, email, and socials. I did that yesterday. Then the next thing on today's list is product photography. Is there even time to do all the photos starting now at 2 p.m.? I don't know. I'm tempted to swap the photography to tomorrow and do tomorrow's tasks today, which is like start making the listings, make my product spreadsheet, print out barcodes, all that stuff. And that would kind of involve pricing out the products, making their SKUs, whatever. But it makes sense to do the listings after I have the photos. It's easier that way. Also, tonight is usually an evening game stream, but I'm doing shop prep stuff instead just because I got a lot to do. And so the stream is supposed to be me editing the photos. So I probably should just take the photos. Even if I don't get through them all today, just take as many as I can. And for bundles for the shop update, there's just going to be the 2 main bundles, I think. So there'll be a Paint Froggies bundle and then a Froggy Chaos bundle. Again, I got to figure out what's going in each, price it out. But I think that's it. I was debating doing a sticker bundle, but I don't really need to do extra bundles like that because I now have the deal on my shop where it's like buy 5, get the 6th free. So it's a build your own bundle kind of thing. Ooh, also today, the journals were delivered this morning, so I hauled those all inside. They're just sitting upstairs, but let me show you the shipment. Oh, my address is all over this. I'm gonna have to blur the whole thing, but you can get a sense of the scale of the shipment. And it's just gonna sit here for now. I'll eventually move the boxes downstairs, and some might just stay here until I need them for orders. I'm just sitting here like, oh, tonight's stream could be enamel pin stuff instead of editing the photo. You know me, I'll do anything to delay product photography. But also, I just want to sit for a bit. I'm feeling lazy. I just want to sit at the computer, do computer work. Let's take a little coffee break, and then I can decide after. So I'm thinking pink backdrop for all the Froggy Chaos stuff. And then blue backdrop for Paint Froggies. Yellow would look great too with that, but I have so many yellow background items on the shop already. Yellow just looks good with everything. But to add a bit of variety, we're going to go blue. Still on the lookout for a nice green that is not lime green or like a regular forest kind of green backdrop. Might just have to get scrapbook paper, but the big sheets are so nice. Then I thought, let's spice it up a little bit with some gingham. It's been a while since I've used these towels in the product photography, and they just add such a cute touch. I've got a blue one with the same size of gingham, and then there's a pink one there. I've got some orange. It's a different type of fabric. But yeah, this is where I put the fabrics, because remember when I was organizing the room, I had nothing in this bin. Well, I put a bunch of fabric in there. Not all of it fits because I have some big tablecloths as well, but all the small stuff is in there. And I did that so I could put all my X-Tool accessories in here for the apparel printer. All the way down. And I think I'll use the green for both. Look how good it looks with that. Ooh. And then also looks amazing with these. Yee. So this will be my backdrop bestie. And then for props, I don't know. Let's consult the cursed jewelry box. I was gonna maybe buy some Froggy related things, but time got away from me. Oh, these hearts absolutely match. It's in Froggy Chaos. And I thought it could be cool to cut out more paper shapes using my Cricut, because I could do a lily pad shape, but I feel like we're too short on time this time. But one thing that does match is art supplies, because there's the paint froggies, obviously. Not all of them are paint related, but you know, I could use paintbrush, paint tubes, especially for froggy chaos. Like even a little washi roll, pencil sharpener, all that kind of stationary stuff matches. Okay, props are acquired. I decided to cut out some paper shapes to be like paint blobs. And at first I did this color because it's really the only yellow I have other than a super pale yellow. But it's too orangey, so I just colored the pale yellow paper to be this shade of yellow so it matches the collection better. So I think the paint froggies will have a focus on the blobs and paint tubes, maybe the brushes, I don't know. And something like the ribbon frog could go with the ribbon. I've got a couple washi tapes, the eraser, pencil sharpener, a couple pencils, a Copic marker. I could go grab other colors if I need them. And then 3 pens, paint tubes, and greenery. Oh, and I have this blue heart, which is from a diamond painting thing. It's like the wax for a diamond painting pen. I figured that could match. Yeah. The green blends in a little too much on the blue. I might want to go with purple or pink. My pink blobbies are a bit splotchy because I was using marker. But I made some purple blobbies and white ones. I'm dropping them on the floor. Hey, what are you doing down there? One of my yellow ones. I wanted the accents to just be yellow, green, and blue, but it's not working out. So we're peppering in some extra stuff. Except I'm spending so much time on this, I haven't taken any photos. I'm running out of time. I have like an hour till supper and then it's stream. Okay, how does that look? Well, let's look from the top down. Not too shabby. It'll be a square photo, so the sides will be heavily cropped, and we'll see more of the top and bottom on this since it's a rectangular pad. Now I do need to wrap up this vlog edit, so that is the end here. Thank you in advance to anyone who gets anything from the shop update. More on that in the next vlog, I guess. Just some of the final prep, and then the actual shop launch will be in the next vlog. Woo! Bye. You could have at least given those coloring books to some kids or something if you're just gonna throw them out. Ugh. Try not to cry. Okay. Ugh. Just a big order, you know? That's always my fear when I have expensive orders. Thank goodness it's not a sketchbook shipment. Those are by far my